Hi mom, hi dad, I just bought a motorcycle. And to my beautiful wife who is calling me like crazy since last 2 hours, I am sorry for using your credit card to pay for this bike. I hope you will understand and still love me and won't let me sleep outside the house. Woohoo! It's so much fun! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Oh my god, this room is always a mess. But I know that you guys are not here to see this messy room, but are here to see my bike, which I will show you. But first let me tell you a backstory to make it a little bit emotional. So the story of the bike is that I have been driving bikes since I was 10, 11, 12 years old. I don't even know how old I was. But the very first bike that I ever bought, that technically my father ever bought for me, was when I was in my high school. It was a blue color Yamaha Junoon 100cc. I had so much fun with that bike that I took it literally everywhere. I took it even to my college when I was in my undergrad, where I made shit ton of more memories with all the friends who sat in the back. I fell from that bike. I drove that bike everywhere. It was just amazing. But it all came to an end when I moved to the States. And since 2016, I never got the chance to ride a bike. But that doesn't mean that my bike spirit was dead. I still used to go to super bike stores, Harley stores, just to look around, just to see and feel the bikes until I could find something for me over here in the States. And I did found myself a bike in 2018, which was Harley Davidson V-Rod Night Rod. But at that time, I had the money to buy it, but did not had any place to put that bike in because I was still living in student housing. By the time that I actually left that student housing and bought a house for myself where I actually have a garage now where I can keep the cars or bikes, I went back to the Harley store to find that V-Rod Night Rod, but I could not because they told me that Harley Davidson stopped making V-Rod Night Rod since 2017. So my hunt for bikes started again and I started looking for all sorts of bikes: Suzuki, BMW, Yamaha, even the Indian, and obviously the Harley Davidson. And after seeing all those bikes, I was pretty close to buying an Indian Scott Bobber, but that is when I came across Sportster S of Harley Davidson. And the moment I saw this Sportster S, I thought to myself that this is the bike that I felt like that Harley has made just for me. It is sporty, that means it drives pretty fast. It is aggressive, that means it is an aggressive bike. And it's a cruiser type that I like. Now before I tell you about that bike any further, I say let me show you the bike. The bike is right outside my house in my driveway, so I'll be speaking a little bit softly so I don't disturb my neighbors and they don't think, watching me talking to a camera, that I have lost my mind. But let me show you the Harley Sportster S. Hi, dreams do come true. As you can see, I have finally purchased my very first bike, and not just any bike, it's a Harley Davidson 1250cc Sportster S 2023. It took me 5 years of dreaming and hunting for a bike until I finally came across this bike, Sportster S 2023. And it was love on first sight, no questions asked. The story of how I bought this bike is very funny and I will let you guys know when we will go out for a short ride. But first let me show you a little bit of the bike and tell you about the bike, that what is this bike all about. Let's start from the engine of this bike. This bike has a 1250cc revolutionary Max T engine, which is a very fast engine as compared to what Harley used to have. And 0 to 60 is just in a split of a second. Eyes closed and boom, you are on your death ride. Yep, it's that fast. Next thing that you guys need to know is that this bike comes with a traction control system. That means if you are on a very high speed and you're bending this bike, let's say 34-degree angle, because that's how much you can lean this bike will be able to control the front wheel and the rear wheel all by itself. That is what traction control is. I did not know about traction control either. I just Googled it and that's what I told you. This bike comes with traction control and no other Harley has a traction control as far as I know. Though this bike is very fast, like pretty fast as compared to Harley, yet still this bike does not considered as a sports bike. In fact, it is considered as a cruiser. As you can see, its controls are up in the front. You can also get the mid controls, but this bike naturally comes with front control system, which I enjoy a lot when I go on rides. Other than that, look at the controls of this bike. On this side we have the media control. This is the switch on and off. This is the mode thingy, because this bike has 3 modes: rain, highway and sports mode. We'll test that later on the road. I haven't yet driven this bike in a sports mode, but we'll see how fast it goes today. This is a digital meter. Everything is all digital now, and it's a pretty damn cool system. Even if it's a daylight, yet still you can see that everything is pretty clear on this bike. On this side we have some controls that control the system. We have the heated grip, we have the light, we have the cruise control. This bike comes with cruise control. I never knew that bikes come with cruise controls. So when we'll take this bike out, we'll see what kind of cruise control this bike actually has, as I have never driven any bike that has a cruise control. That's pretty neat about this one. This is the pretty simple, aggressive looking Harley Davidson Sportster S 2023. I don't know what else to tell you guys about because I don't know much about bikes. So let's take it out on the road and test it, and then you can see by yourself how amazing and cool of a bike it is, and if you would like to purchase it or not. But before we head out on the road, let me show you my helmet, because that helmet also costed me an arm and a leg. This is a Scorpion helmet and this is my GoPro setup. So today is going to be my first motovlog in this helmet, talking to myself. So if you're unable to hear the voice, let me know in the comment section, and if voice and the camera angle is pretty right, like this video and do let me know in the comment section so I can either improve this or keep using it, because I know nothing about motovlogging. So help me over here. Hello, testing 1 2 3. I hope you guys are able to hear the voice pretty nice, because I have no idea if the camera is recording or if you can hear the voice. Anyways, let me tell you about this keychain of this bike. This bike comes with an anti-theft system. That means the bike will not be able to turn on if this key fob is not close by. Anyways, secondly, I think I forgot to show you guys how this bike sounds like. But before that, let's take one round up of this bike to show you guys how beautiful this bike looks like. Anyways, now let's start the bike so that you guys can see what it sounds like. Here we go. Boom boom. Give it a few seconds, and now the bike is ready to start. That's what the bike sounds like. It's not like a sports bike, but it's still pretty nice. I like it. And time to start the journey. A short ride. Don't know where we're going, but let's have fun. The kids wanted me to rev a little bit, so gotta keep everyone happy, right? So right now we are driving the bike in the simple street mode, highway mode, whatever you wanna call. I hope you can hear me nicely, because I have no idea what the voice quality is going to look like or sound like. And in the end, if it is not working, I'll be super upset. Anyways, let me tell you guys about the story how I bought this bike. I wasn't supposed to buy this bike at all. Not all means not yet. So the story is that Harley Davidson has their chilly get-together day, which they put on and invite all the old customers and the new customers. And they called me too. They said that, hey, if you wanna come in for the chilly day and spend some time over here. They also ordered this bike for me. I saw this bike in the pictures, but I told them that I want to see the bike before I buy the bike, because in pictures this bike looks entirely different as compared to what it looked like in real life. Anyways, what happened was they had the bike, and before the chilly day I went to see the bike, and I immediately fell in love with the bike. So I planned to buy the bike 3-4 months after I saw the bike, and then comes the chilly day. On chilly day, I took my wife too with me, so that I can show her the bike and get basically an approval from the wifey. Anyways, when we were over there, she saw that some of other people were sitting on the bike and they were testing the bike, and she did not like that. She said, why don't you put a deposit on this bike and just buy it right now? And I was like, are you sure? Should I buy it right now? I did not even had my license or a permit. I could not buy the bike at all. But she said, hey, put on the deposit and we can come back next week and buy the bike. I was like, okay, we can do that. So I put the deposit and secured the bike, though that means no one else could come and sit or ride the bike anymore, because it was put on as sold. Now after the chilly day and all the get together, we came back home and I was looking into how to get a permit. Again, I do not have a license, so I was looking into how to get a permit, how to get a license, and I realized it wasn't that tough. So guess what, I started preparing the same day, and it was around about 2 o'clock. I thought, well, the DMV is still open, so let me go and try to give it a test, give it a shot and see if they can give me the permit or not. And hold behold, I smashed that permit test and got my license or permit within, I would say, 20 to 25 minutes. I looked at my watch and it was still 3 o'clock, and Harley Davidson was supposed to be open till 4 o'clock that day. So I could not hold any longer, and I was like, hey, I have a permit, nothing stops me, so let's go to the Harley and buy the bike right now. So went back to the Harley and said, hey, remember me, I have put a deposit early in the morning, I cannot wait a week more or so, so let's close the deal on this bike right now. And that is how I got this bike. So oh behold, my wife forced me to get this bike. Look how peaceful this place is. This is why I like these back mountain roads. It's just amazing. In peak summer, it's everything is all green, and this area looks like a scenery. You won't even believe when we'll come back in summer. But for the time being, this is the actual beauty. Just look at it. It's a beautiful beast. Amazing. Every single time I look at this bike and I fall in love again and again. Just amazing. Woo, let's go for a ride again. Let's continue our ride. I hope you guys can still hear me. I don't know. That would be pretty sad if at the end of the day I go home and I realize my footage was shaky or you could not hear me properly. Oh, I'll be so mad. So this, are you guys ready? This is street mode, and here it goes. This bike literally flies. Look at that. 0 to 60, it's just like whoops. I don't drive fast, so it's pretty scary for me, and neither do I enjoy fast rides, but hey, just for you guys, I am driving a little bit fast so you can see the power of this beautiful machine. But hold on a second, it's still in a street mode. What does this button do? Oh my god, just putting it in Sportster. I have never driven this before, so this is my first time driving it in Sportster mode or sports mode, and oh my god, the power of this bike. I shouldn't be doing this. I'm playing with my death. Ooh. I don't know how people can drive these things fast. This is like a killing machine. Look, it's 4th gear right now.
36, and here it goes. Woo, that's pretty fast. That's pretty fast. This is miles per hour, so in kilometers that was a lot. Do the math. I can't do it for you guys. That's illegal, driving that fast. But to be honest, driving in sports mode is entirely different ball game. I did not realize this bike is this fast. I have this bike since a week, and or no, I think more than that, but did not even knew how powerful of a beast this is. Wow. Woo! Thanks to my wife, I love this bike. Whoa, 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 whoa. And the brakes are just amazing. They know when to stop the bike and how. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh my god, the RPM, the rev has increased. The power of this bike has just gone many folds. I don't like that. That's kind of scary. So that's pretty much it, and let's put it back in normal people mode. Yeah, there we go. Now the next thing that we need to test is the cruise control of this bike, and for that I have came on the highway. This is the cruise control. I have never touched it, I have never tested it, so I don't know how that works, but we'll figure that out soon on this beautiful sunny highway. Let me come over here. There's a blue car behind me. Let that car pass. Anyways, let's test that. So I think this looks pretty similar to that of a car. Nothing. Okay, this thing is on. Restart and set. It's set, is it? Oh, the bike is driving by itself. It's not doing the curves, but I'm doing that. But this thing is now driving by itself, and I have noticed the steering became pretty heavy, like pretty tough right now. It's not easy to move the steering, but this is pretty good. Like if you're on a long highway, you can just let the bike drive by itself and let the hands go and relax. Woo! Woo, that's a good one. Woo! Should I pose like a Titanic pose and be like, woo! This is so much fun. Like this hand can go free too, and this hand is free too right now, and I can play and do anything. But anyways, this is pretty fun system. What happens if I race a little bit? Okay, I still have the control. It's letting me. What happens after that when I stop it? Oh, it comes back to its speed where I set the control. Let me see if I can increase the speed from here. Can I? Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. I can control the speed. Okay, don't go too fast. Oh, this is pretty nice. I am enjoying it. Oh, and the wind is so strong. I hope it's not disturbing our first ever motovlog, and you guys can still listen to me. But now let's close this shit. Whew, that was good. That was pretty neat. I have never driven any bike that has a cruise control, so driving this for the first time, I loved it. Woohoo! And here we are, home sweet home. I hope you guys enjoyed this very first bike ride and this very first moto vlog style of mine. Please let me know in the comment section if the camera angle was right or not, and if the voice quality was right or not. But that is it. That is pretty much it for the day, and I'll see you in the next. Until then, peace.
Hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup.